Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. We are the Odds Couple. You come to SportsbookReview.com. We are talking right now with Jumpin' Joe Gavazzi from WinningSportsAdvice.com. It's Wednesday, March 22nd, and Joe Gavazzi is putting his neck out there, his public reputation, giving a pick on the spread with all four of the Thursday and Sweet 16 games in the NCAA tournament. We really appreciate Joe Gavazzi doing this and giving us his breakdowns, which are always interesting, regardless of how his picks wind up being. And right now, we're going to take a look at Michigan and Oregon. And Mike Brenner, as you know, I've already given a pick on this one officially on the total, on the first half total, over 69. Now, as far as the spread's concerned, I mean, Michigan, obviously, what a story. What more can you say, right? They almost forfeited the Big Ten tournament, and the coach put it up to the players. The players said, let's play. And now look what's happened. And now they're favored. They're actually favored over Oregon. And we talked about this when this line first came out. We were scratching our heads a little bit. Michigan, obviously a great team, but should they be favored here? I'm still not convinced that they should be. What do you think, Mike?
I don't know. I've bounced back and forth with it, Pete, and I really mean it. Oregon's, they've had their spots where they showed that they were worthy of where they are, and then they've had their spots where they just tend to lay an egg. I think that momentum, just as you said, when those players voted to go ahead and play, it's been just absolutely a brilliant move ever since. They're not going to forget it. They haven't forgotten it. And right now, what's dangerous with every team here is they all believe they can win. Yeah. And with that being said, I think not only are we up for a hell of a game, this is one, I'm getting pulled, so I really don't know. So I'm looking forward to hearing what Jumpin' Joe has to say.
We'll see what Joe has to say. I will tell you, if you gave me a free bet right now, I'd put it on Oregon. Except I was on Oklahoma State. I was against Michigan before, and I got burned on it. So again, I have no bet on this one. I do like the over, and especially the first half over. I already bet that one. I gave it as a pick. Jumpin' Joe Gavazzi, what do you like, Michigan or Oregon here?
There we go.
Gap Dogs went 0-3 straight up in round 1 and 2 of the NCAAs. And by Gap Dog, I'm referring to any NCAA better seeded team with a better seed of 2 or more places who is an underdog. Well, those Gap Dogs fell flat on their face, including a couple of number 5 versus 12 seeds earlier in the week. And boy, it is really scary to back one of these better seeded teams as underdog, knowing that 0-3 record in the face, something that had been about 67% for 20 years. Nonetheless, I'll give it away up front. I'm siding with Oregon here. Michigan certainly is the Cinderella team in this matchup. No question about that. They bonded together after the near plane crash, came in, played the next day at noon against Illinois, won that one, and went on to sweep to the CCT title in the Big Ten, and now come in and win by a narrow point over Oklahoma State in the first round, and then survive Louisville as underdog. Did you know that record on neutral courts for Coach Beilein, one of the best tournament coaches of all time, is now 77-46 against the spread in neutral court games? That really points him out as a terrific coach. His team is playing as well as they have all year, no doubt about that. Point guard Walton has been joined by Irvin on the perimeter, a pair of senior guards, and then up front, Mo Wagner and, of course, Wilson emerging as quality bigs. Looks like they have it all until you delve a little further into their statistics. And wow, it's not pretty. The only team in the field with a negative rebound margin and the worst defense in the field, allowing 47% from the field and 38% from the arc. I'll tell you, if those triples don't continue to fall for the Wolverines, it can get ugly. And Oregon is just a team who can expose them. Oregon has been a qualified defensive dandy all year, allowing 65 or less points, 40% or less from the field, 32% or less from the arc, with positives in rebound margin, turnover assist ratio, and net turnover margin. They are a quality team under Altman. Yes, they've lost Boucher, but they showed their mettle in holding off a red-hot Rhode Island team, and I think holds them in good stead in another close game. I love the guard play, especially with Brooks and Dorsey on the perimeter, and they got a righteous interior to battle Michigan. I like Oregon here. Key stat is the value in the game. Do you know that since February 1st, Michigan has covered the spread by a net 115 points, more than twice as many as any other team? That's why we get Oregon as an underdog and we pounce on the value with the Ducks.
All right, that's why I was leaning as well. Oregon +1, and you know what? It reminds me another bet that I made that I will give officially. I also took the Oregon team total over at 73, and I will give that one officially as well.
Pull that trigger, Pistol.
Record. Okay, Mike Brenner, you going to act on this?
No, I'm off at the 10-foot pole right now, but more may be revealed tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely. Joe Gavazzi, awesome breakdown. I'm agreeing with you, although it's a tough game. Again, very tough to go against Michigan, and I got burned, as you know, Mike Brenner. I took Oklahoma State, and that was a loser. So
you know what's classic though? Yeah. Joe's categories. You know, I just love it. I love it all. Defensive dandies all the way through.
And what Joe does is all at winningsportsadvice.com. Tell us a little bit about that before we let you go, Joe.
Sure. Winningsportsadvice.com is the name of the website. I want you to check out my money management article, because whether you follow your own picks, you follow Pistol Peter, Mike Brennan, or Joe Gavazzi, I want you to always operate with good money management, because that is the overall key to winning money in the field of sports betting. Check it out at Winning Sports Advice. This has been Joe Gavazzi from Winning Sports Advice, wishing you good luck this NCAA tournament.
Awesome, Joe. Thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.